Hey y'all. Hey. How are y'all doing? Sprinkle sprinkle. Welcome in. Y'all click the like button, share the video, whatever y'all gotta do. All right, today we're gonna be talking about why men are not looking for love. Oh, y'all so silly. Now, I'm gonna let y'all get in here, get comfortable, get your water, tea, so we're gonna talk. A lot of men are not looking for love. The reason why is because are they prepared to actually love the correct way? Most of them are not prepared emotionally, mentally, or financially to actually love someone. They can be infatuated, they can be in lust, but when men are ready for love, that's when they really, really want to do the most. When they're not, they're going to use you as a placeholder. They're not going to do the most for you because they're not looking for anything real. They're only looking to roll around a mattress or whatever time you're going to give them while they are just biding their time. Okay. So they're not looking for love most of the time. They're just looking to spend time. So y'all remember that. Thank you, Julie. When a man is truly looking for love, they will invest because they're investing to prove their love, to prove that they're going to be around, to prove that they really care. That's how you know the difference. That's how you know the difference because they are trying to impress you in every way, not just one way. Okay. Not just with future faking, not with, love bombing, but with everything. That's how you know that they're in love when they're willing to do everything the most. Okay. So that's how you know they're looking for love when they're looking to impress you from every direction. When they're not looking to impress you from every direction, they're not looking for love at all. So that's how you know. Now, a lot of y'all are in relationships where the men don't really feel the same way about you that you do about them, and they are biding their time until you get sick and tired of them and then dismiss them. A lot of times when men look for love, you can tell because they're in it all the way. All right. They're all the way in if they're looking for love. If they're not looking for love, they're not all the way in. So if you married someone who was all the way in, most likely you're not going to be in the type of marriage that you would consider loving because they weren't all the way in. Just because someone marries you doesn't mean that they love you. I will repeat that. Just because someone marries you does not mean that they love you. So sometimes y'all got to understand why men aren't looking for love. They aren't looking for love because they aren't ready. And so many women try to force them to be ready when they are not. And that's when men just go ahead and give in and do what you want, but they still don't really truly feel that way about you. So y'all have to stop pressuring and pushing these men in a direction that they don't even want to go. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to regret it later. They're going to find a way to make you regret it later if they don't love you. They are supposed to be doing the absolute most in order to get you to be with them. That's why I tell y'all never chase. Okay? This way, you're not going to be sitting there shoulda, coulda, woulda in the future. Some of y'all just want to have some type of man. Y'all don't care if they love you or not, or y'all will lie to yourselves, but y'all won't see the red flags until it's too late. So men are not looking for love. And why? Because they are not ready. Most of the time, a man who is looking for love will put it all out on the line for you. His feelings, his emotions, his money, his interest, everything. That's why most men aren't looking for it because they're not willing to do the work. I was told you are mean to me. I don't know why. I keep giving you money. You're right. Exactly. Make them earn you. Men don't appreciate anything unless they earn it. And you can't, and also men can't fall in love with a doormat. Just remember that. Men fall in love with the type of woman that makes them into a better man by their own choice. Not one that forces him to be better, but one that makes him look in deep inside himself and want to be the best for her. Do you understand? For her. Men don't look for love, they look for, physical things and placeholders and company. When they look for love, your pockets will be able to tell. Okay? How they show up emotionally, you will be able to tell. Okay? Especially in the beginning. They're going to do the most to impress you if that's what they're looking for. So don't let their words fool you. Only go by their actions. If they're not proving themselves in every single way, they are not looking for love. They are looking for a fool. You like men who provide and invest in me, but lose attraction when they like you times 10, more too eager or too into you. Why I don't feel feminine. Any advice? Okay. That's because you have only one. You need two. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Because one is getting on your nerves, you need to be having two. You need to have two of them. All right. The reason why I'm telling y'all, when a man is too into you and you don't like it, it's because you are spending too much time with him. Now, if you don't want to have two, you need to have some business. Okay. You need to split your time up with him and someone else or something else. Okay. If you own your own business, or if you have hobbies, or if you have another life that you are, into whatever you're doing, that's what you need to focus on, because the reason why someone likes you too much is because you're too available. So you got to have some personal space between you and them. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Trying to handle some business at the same time. Mm-hmm. Does it matter how successful I am when it comes to dating? I heard successful men want successful women. Who did you hear this from, and what country are you from? Well, I'm in America. Okay. Men will date what they like. Men will pay for the type of woman's lifestyle that they want, so it's different in different cultures. In America, if a man likes you, he's gonna pay for you. It don't matter if you're educated, if you're successful or not. If they want you, they want you. Okay. In other countries, it may be different. I'm not sure. But over here, they prefer that you just be able to communicate, represent, not embarrass them, look good, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter if you're rich or not. In fact, it's probably better if you're not, because they can't impress you if you're not. They can't impress you if you got more than them. They can't impress you if you don't want them or need them at all. Okay. How are they supposed to impress you if they can't do more for you? If you can do everything for yourself, what are they there for? To bother you? To ask you to do stuff that you don't feel like doing? What are they there for? Sure, he supports you financially, but he's very attractive and knows it also 6'5", long term. Is this doomed if he doesn't make me the prize? Okay. Look at his past relationships. If you have seen them, if you know about his past relationship, look at the past relationships. Men always have the same pattern. So if their past relationships did not work out, if their past relationships ended the same way, then yes, you are doomed. The best way to not have that happen to you, if they do have a past and they keep the cycle going, the best thing for you to do is to keep one on the side. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You keep one on the side. When it happens, or if it happens, you're good to go on to the next. Okay. No, nothing standing in your way. If you have an attractive man that's desirable by many women, you need to have you an extra backup, period, because they do. All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Have backup always in your back pocket because you're going to need them. You're going to need them. You know why? If you don't have one, you're going to regret not having one because when it's over and you don't have nobody to flash in their face, you're going to be mad. So sprinkle. Better have one. You better have you a backup, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If you don't have a backup, start working on it. All right. Hi, Shira. I have a potential sugar daddy. My number from seeking arrangements. How should you start asking for funds? I'm 27, he 50, and head of a law firm. Okay. I'm not dealing with nobody that's, okay. So this is what I would do. I would just tell him about all the stuff that you're saving up for, what you're trying to do, and how you don't have it yet, but you're hopeful. And if he's trying to impress you from the start, he's going to offer you help in any sort of financial way. He's not going to offer you solutions. He's not going to offer you information. He's going to offer you actual physical financial help. Okay. If he doesn't offer you any help financially, he's not trying to impress you at all. And he's trying to see what he can get for free. Okay. I would say go out on a date with him. And if he does not proceed to bring gifts, flowers, or whatever, something financial for you, then definitely, tell him exactly what you want, what you need, And then if he doesn't, you have your links and stuff ready, you can send him links and stuff on his phone or whatever. But if he's not trying to pay, then you ain't trying to stay. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. The age difference is too much to be playing around. He already know why you're there. Okay? He's having his midlife crisis, and you need to remind him that you like money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You like gifts. Taking you out to eat don't count. All right? Food doesn't count. Money in your pocket counts. Shopping counts. Investment counts. Okay? You said you need to go to church and stop trying to steal men's money. Well, if you go to church, the pastor is up on the pulpit stealing men's money and women's money. So they got that building fund, the collection fund, the tithes and offering. They be passing that plate around more than gold diggers. All right. But if you do go to church, ladies, make sure you parking lot watch first. Okay. Sit in the parking lot, get there early, see who's driving what, then go in late so you know who to sit by. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. Then you can see what they put in the collection plate. So, girl, he ain't putting nothing in there. I know maybe he has some left over for me. Maybe I can get the rest. You said what? Girl, I know some pastors. I know. They worse than us. All right. Sprinkle. I know some pastors. I've seen pastors at the bar. Pastors be giving me their number. All right. So I don't know what to do. You can go to church, get you a pastor. Go to church, get you a deacon. Go to church, find some money over there too. They got money in the church. Go find some. All right. You said you need a church adventure, girl. Either way, go to the church on the rich side of town and sit there in the parking lot and make sure you see who's driving what, so you know who to sit next to when you arrive late in your beautiful dress and your high heels. And you're gonna be click-clacking down the aisle when it's quiet. Everybody gonna look. And when it's time to go up there to if anybody want to come up here and get saved or need prayer, that's when you get up and walk. And all the men who like you, they gonna come up there just because you went up there. That's when when you up there with them, they gonna lay hands on your back and they be like, "Let me pray for you, sister." And you can smell their cologne and see if it's cheap or not. You go, okay, cheap. No, so good. Smell like money. Okay, nice suit. You can see the tailoring on the suit, or if it's a store-bought suit, or they got it from K&G, you know which one got the money. Okay, so you get up there during the prayer call and you scope out the suits, whether they're tailored or from KG. Okay, and you smell that cologne, see who got the money. Okay, and then at church, they're gonna come find you and they're like, "Sister, I just want to introduce myself. You need me anytime I'm here." Then you get the money. Okay. Make up something. Oh, I've been going through it. I need somebody to pray for me. And then y'all exchange numbers and you get your money. All right. That's how you do it. Then said it, done a million, 100,000 million times. Okay. That's what church is for. Okay. If you're going to go to church, you might as well make it worth your while. All right. Thank you. Anyone hear about the what? You said what? What do you think about influencers who speak against marriage then get married themselves? I think if the marriage is financially beneficial to the woman, that's the only reason she should get married. When sprinkle sprinkle go bad. Okay, sprinkle sprinkle never goes bad. Men go bad. Sprinkle sprinkle. They've been bad, girl. We don't trust men blindly. Knowing your value and having standards has nothing to do with anything going bad. So, like I said, things go bad at a bus stop with a dusty. Things go bad in a cheap motel room with a broke man. Things go bad when there's men present, period. Okay? If there wasn't men, we would have no war. So, I don't know why you blaming a woman with standards. I think you need to be blaming y'all always do this. Always. This is why I said we live in a patriarchal society. We need to benefit from the patriarchy, no matter what. Okay? Because the patriarchy is benefiting from the feminine all day, every day. So I must say, just because a man decided to do something doesn't mean you have to change your standards, ladies. I'm sorry, but to me, it's just more patriarchal pandering that tries to put fear into women who knows their value. Either way, there's bad men in all walks of life, period. Whether they're dusty or rich. Do you understand? So I don't see any point of lowering your standards because the lower you go, the higher the crime rate between men and women anyway. So do the math and do the statistics and it'll make more sense. You're not lying. I used to mess with a pastor. Oh, Miss D, smirk, I know that's right. Pastors be spending money because they got money to spend because y'all be giving it to them in the church. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Right. So, yeah, people that get married and speak against marriage is because they probably didn't want the traditional form of marriage, which is about being subservient to a man and blah, 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 blah. But there's a new type of marriage. It's called marriage. It's not even new. It's the oldest form of marriage. Marrying for money. Do it. Stop marrying for love. Only dumb people marry for love. Always marry up. You don't marry up, don't marry. Done. You can't go up, don't go. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's all I say. If you can't go up, don't go. If you can't marry up, don't marry. That's my rule. You can't marry up, don't marry at all. If you marry up, you're good to go. If you marry down, sorry for you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Now, remember, when you're about the money, you're only about the money. You're not getting emotionally involved. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think too many women get too emotionally involved and they forget why they're there in the first place. All right. They think the man actually is in love with them. No, just get the money, ladies. You started these classes that leave me exhausted. You are not feeling fab and you haven't been able to focus on my manifestations. What to do? You need to choose what's most important and focus on that. Sprinkle, sprinkle. One thing at a time if you can't multitask. Or you need to find some energy. Either way. Okay? Because there's no way that you can make things. But you can get my elixirs that will definitely give you energy. Okay, if you need some energy, I suggest you go to my Etsy store and get phase 1 of my elixirs. Okay, it's called Ashira's Golden Elixir, phase 1. You can order phase 1 and 2 at the same time and save money with the code GET10, GET, and then the number 10, all caps. If you order 2 at a time, you'll save $10. But like my elixirs will definitely give you some energy. A lot of y'all have been buying them, I see. So thank you so much. Phase 1 is going to have, it's all natural, by the way. And these are nanoparticles and minerals that you don't normally get in your diet, which we used to get a long time ago. And it makes your brains fire faster, your muscles fire faster, and it gives you energy. It's like nano gold, silver, and a bunch of other different like natural minerals and stuff that will definitely get your energy up. Ask anybody that's taking it. It also will help you start dreaming and more vividly. And it's just going to help your brain work a lot better and faster, and you're going to be less lethargic. It's going to get out of your own, it's going to get you out of your own way. Okay, I don't have my phase 1 up here with me, but I do have my phase 2, and they come in 2 different sizes. So this one is the ½ ounce, and this one is a full ounce bottle. You see the difference? A full ounce bottle is recommended. This should last you about a good month. The ½ ounce is for people who can't afford the full ounce and they got to buy it twice a month, whatever. I want y'all to have access to it. So I made half samples, but they're only supposed to come in. You're going to take 1 full dropper a day. That's like about 10 drops in the morning and 10 droplets in the afternoon. Don't take it in the evening. You'll be up all night. All right. Some are going to look different. They're going to be in different bottles because the formulas are different. These are different alchemies. So one may look more cloudy. One may look more clear. One may taste this way. One may taste another way. It's the different levels of mineral, each one. And each phase is 4 different things if you read on the description bar. So I suggest you try it out and get your energy back. Okay. I wrote all my books on these elixirs. Okay. I have like 8 books. I had all them books done. I had opened 3 businesses. I was rolling. I had all the energy, and I was on YouTube and 2 channels full time at the same time. And I'm a mother, and you know, so you want your energy, get the elixirs, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Keep my little bag. All right. Get it, girl. Get it. And make sure your address is correct before you even put them in your cart, baby. Make sure your Etsy address is up to date. Your billing address is up to date and all that stuff. Do that first, because I've had so many people write to me. Now, I might not catch it in time. Your stuff might be sent to the wrong place. So please make sure the address is correct before you put it in your cart. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. Okay, it's all natural ingredients. It's nanoparticles of gold, silver, platinum, and other minerals that you find naturally on Earth that will boost your energy and your brain power. Because back in the old days, when we drink water, it came from streams, rivers, and lakes, and it had the natural minerals and deposits that we got, and our brains were working way better because gold is a electromagnetic, it boosts electricity. It is a catalyst, and it helps you think faster. It connects more dots. It also gives you more energy because gold conducts electricity, and your body runs off of electricity, which is energy. So it's going to go faster. Okay. And it gets into your bloodstream. And so you're going to have all this energy, y'all know that Beyonce song with Jay-Z. He was like, she in the kitchen feeding the kids liquid gold. That's what this stuff is. And it makes your skin beautiful too. It works from the inside out. She said this spiritual stuff really works. She in the kitchen feeding the kids liquid gold. That's what this stuff is. It has also more than that in there too. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Anyway. What, a man comes back after 5 months, what can you charge him? What can he afford, ma'am? You know him more than I do. Oh, these only ship in the US because of customs. It's too many problems and it takes too long, and sometimes it gets sent back. So we stopped shipping overseas. Some people, when they visit the US, they order when they visit, and then they pick them up, or they get someone to ship it to them. that, like if they have a friend in the US, sometimes they can ship it to them without being flagged because I run a business, so they're always going to flag the business. So maybe you can do that. I don't know. Sprinkle, sprinkle. No, you just take it like this. Like you could, I would take it just right out of the bottle. It's like, you know, you got don't drink alcohol with it. That's why I say take it early in the morning and then in the afternoon. Okay. Don't smoke weed and don't take alcohol with it. I know it's gonna take care half of y'all away because that's gonna mess up the effects. Okay. So you take about 10 little drops in the morning and then the rest, the 10 little drops in the afternoon. All right. So one full dropper a day, basically, until it's all gone. When it gets to about right here, you need to order your next bottle. Or you can order all of them at the same time or a few at the same time. Make sure you when you click on the thing, it's going to say the name of it and then it's going to say phase, whatever. And see, this one has a 10 on it. That's phase 10. See how this one has a 7 on it? Phase 7. So just read on the descriptions. You're going to have to click on the whole thing to read the entire name. And they're going to have the phases right here on the bottles. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If you only need the energy, you're going to want the second bottle, believe me. And they're all different. They do different stuff. So the second bottle is going to give you way more energy. And I suggest if you're trying to start a project to go ahead and go to phase 2 as well. Okay. Go ahead and order phase 2 if you're working on a big project, because that will give you so much energy. They taste like water. Some taste like salt water. Some taste like bitter salt water. So they all pretty much taste like each other, but slightly different from each other. Okay, because there's different levels of stuff in it. All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. But anyway, just read the website. I linked it at the top and I'll link it again. And use code GET10, all caps, with the number GET and then the number 10 if you order more than one bottle. Okay. Enough of that promo. Let's get back to business. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Why men are not looking for love. No man that I've ever talked to said that he was looking for love. Not in a romantic way, but as friends, family members, co-workers, none of them were ever looking for love. They never were on a quest for love. None of them. They just found someone attractive, wanted to roll around. They started getting used to it and they said, oh, well, I might as well. They're not out here looking for love like y'all are because they weren't programmed to look for love. Okay. Men aren't watching romance unless you make them watch it. You know what I mean? They're watching violence. They're watching whatever, action. They're watching, sci-fi. They're not watching romance. They're not looking for love. They're looking for adventure. They're looking for action. They're looking for, the hero, could have any woman and then go on to the next. They're not looking for the same things as y'all are looking for because they're not programmed to. If men were programmed, like in the old days, to look for love, they might be. But if you think about it, long, long ago, movies, media, books, they were all about, a love story. Okay. But along the way, it was kind of lost for men. Okay. It stayed intact for women because women, they're romantic and they want this and they want that, but it did not stay the same for men. So I think we're seeing they're trying to create a reemergence of the love story of trying to get men into looking at certain types of, film and read certain types of books because it's not there anymore. Okay. And I think that's what a lot of the people are trying to bring back. They're trying to bring back, back in the old days, music, movies, and all that kind of stuff was, men may have been looking for love more back then than they are now because the movies and social media and all that kind of stuff shapes, our reality because people do what they see. So when movies, films, and music gets back to men actually putting a woman as a priority, providing for her and loving her and looking for love, That's when it'll come back. But until, art reflects reality, it's not going to come back. So if people want to see that come back, if they want to see men looking for love again, they're going to have to put it in everything. But I also feel like, a lot of people understand the climate of what's happening, and a lot of people don't want men and women to be in love for one reason. It's not good for business. Sprinkle, sprinkle. It's not good for business. Mhm. Think about it. I mean, if you follow the money, you'll understand. But men being in love is not good for business. That's all. Thank you to Tila, Sprinkle Sprinkle. Tila. Thank you, Carol. Sprinkle Sprinkle. Anyway. You said yes, people spend more separately, especially women. Yes. Let me tell y'all why. They don't want people to be in love anymore. And it's not anything good or bad. It's just money. Follow the money, you'll always understand. The reason why it's more profitable for people to not seek, men to not seek love, and for women to seek love, is because they spend more money. People in love spend less money. Okay? It's true story. Sprinkle, sprinkle. When you're in love, you spend less money. You want less. You are happy with less. Listen to what I'm telling you. When you're truly in love, you're happy with less. Think about it. All of y'all that love Dusties, even though the Dustie's still gonna cheat because they're not really in love. But when a woman is in love, she needs less, she wants less, right? When a man is in love, he gives more. Think about it. Listen to what I'm telling y'all. When a woman is in love, she wants less. When a man is in love, he gives more. Listen. When a woman is in love, she expects less. When a man is in love, he gives more. When women are looking for love and the man is not, she spends more on herself, and men spend more to get her attention. Everybody's spending more when no one is in love. They've taken away the emotional intelligence of men by desensitizing them for women because they don't want them to seek love because it doesn't make a lot of money. So men are sitting over here looking emotionally unintelligent. What do y'all call them? Avoidance, but they can't. They are giving out that money, and you are collecting it, and you are spending it, and you are stimulating that economy. When people are in love, they don't spend as much money. When couples are in love, they don't spend as much money. Don't. In order to pick up the economy, they put out a lot of stuff. They put out movies. They put out things to make men feel like being in love is weak. They put out things to make men feel like being in love is a trap. Blah, blah, blah. They keep men from showing their feelings, doing the most, and providing. And they keep them thinking that, this woman is just after their money. But little do they know, when a woman is truly in love, she asks for less. Even though she does want you to provide, she's not going to be asking for as much as she would if you were in love together. Think about it, because she'd be happy and not trying to fill a void that you're not fulfilling. Okay? Some of y'all women some of y'all's women who want the most, and you're an avoidant, and you're a cheater, and you're a liar, and all this that y'all be talking about in the comments, they would actually need and want less if you were a decent human being. What they're doing is fulfilling a void that you can't fill because you don't love them. And what they're also doing is boosting the economy at the same time. So it's cheaper to actually be in love and be present as a man than it is to not be present as a man and just be a provider. So that's what it is. It is the economy. It is money. And I don't care because I'm getting mine either way. Okay, so most women already know what it feels like to be in love, but most men don't. You see? And that's the funny part. You can't miss what you ain't never had. And the funny part is women may have had it once or twice and they're seeking it again. At least had it in their mind. So that's the difference. Men don't miss what they ain't never had. All right. The women are vulnerable enough to allow their emotions and their feelings to, be vulnerable enough to fall in love with someone, but men aren't most of the time. So they've never experienced it half the time. So they don't seek it anymore, or they don't seek it at all because they don't miss what they ain't never had. But women are trained to seek it. When they do find it, they feel it and they want it again over and over and over. And they look for that in every other man that they meet. And when they're disappointed because they don't find it, because not everybody's going to fall in love with each other. Not everyone is going to fall for that. And then they get disappointed. But men, on the other hand, they never seek love in the first place. They never look, oh, I want to fall in love. They never really look for that. So they're not disappointed if they never find it. You understand? Now that I leveled up, some men are meaner, unprovoked. Even when I don't talk to them, they go out of their way. They say, you seem entitled and a snob. So that's because I am. And own it, baby. I would definitely sit up there on it. You gonna call me something? I'm finna own it. Then what you gonna do? I said, you know what? You're so observant. I definitely am a snob and very much entitled. Own it, baby. What they gonna say? Oh, you shouldn't be that way. Well, I am. It's too late. Sorry. I would definitely just own it. Who cares? You have nothing to prove to them. They are very observant. Thank them for being so observant and say, you're right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Good for you, man. We don't care. They can afford it or they can't. They wouldn't be complaining about it if they could do something with you. They obviously can't. All right. Thank you. So it says there a way to chat with me privately. Yeah, go join my Patreon. The link is in the description bar. You got to join tier 2 and up in order to be able to message me directly. And then I'll message you back within a day or two. I try to check it daily, but sometimes there's lots of messages that I have to get through. Okay. Your husband say you don't put him first. I don't have time for that, but how do I make it seem like I am so he feels okay? Do you work? Do you have a job? Does he make you pay bills? Because this has a lot to do with it. Is he a full provider? Not, then tell him until you start being a full provider, I can't put you first. All right, sprinkle, sprinkle. You said men on the rich side of town don't talk crazy like that. They sure don't talk crazy to women like that because they know women are supposed to be provided for. And being confident and looking good is not being entitled. All right. Your husband don't need to be opening his mouth if he's still sending you to work, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You need to be lucky he got somebody that's going to actually go clock in while claiming a man. You see, I would flip the script and be like, you better be happy you have a wife who actually still clocks in and claims a grown, able-bodied man in her house. No. I wouldn't even be claiming him, girl, if he's sending me to work. I'm talking to my work husband and my backup, and he definitely ain't going to be first. You right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If you sending me to work, you're never going to be first. Remember that. Tell him that. He ain't never going to be first as long as he's sending you out to work. You don't have to tell him that, but you can think that. And he's like, oh, you know what? I'll try harder, and then don't try at all. Oh, baby, I'll try harder. Roll your eyes. Then say, well, in order for me to put you first, I got to quit this job. You ready for that? Nope. Then shut up. That's what you tell him. Because obviously he's trying to have too much and he can't afford it. The one with the money are super honored to be with me. I know that's right. Exalted. Sprinkle. Leave them dusties in the dust. Don't talk to them. And even dusties aren't looking for love. Okay? Most men are not looking for love. So stop thinking that they are. The faster y'all stop thinking that men are looking for love, the better off you will be. If the society changes and reprograms the men to look for love, that could change. All right. If there's more examples in movies and books and society and social media, then they may start again. But until then, it's not happening. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said what? Dusty's are looking for shelter or Jordans. Okay, lemon squeeze. That's right. That's sad, but that's true. Feminist men say that work is a privilege for women. Then tell that man, say, well, you know what? That's wonderful. Work is a privilege for women, and they can keep all of their money and still spend yours, because that's also a privilege for women, having a provider man and a job and a career and a business. It's a very much of a privilege if you can save yours and spend his. All right. You can own your own business. You don't need to work for other people, and you can get his money and spend his and save yours. Okay, because that's also a privilege. He's a full provider, but somehow we are still in a dusty land, ma'am. Is he trying though? Sometimes when they're a full provider, they're living the lifestyle that they can afford. All right. So I always tell women, if you're with a full provider and if he leveled up the lifestyle, he wouldn't be able to fully provide anymore. You're living within his means. If his means don't rise, then you have to stay living within his means. If you don't want to stay living within his means, you got to find a way to get his funds to go up. That means you to encourage him to go apply for a higher paying position or a second position if you want to level up or have a second stream of income, or like he needs a second stream of income or something, because otherwise he's only doing what he can afford. Unless you know he can afford more. I don't know. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You just got a car, apartment, new teaching job. You had a splendid daddy, but I need more. I'm too pretty to be working. I want to get 3 providers. Well, keep working on it, ma'am. It's a numbers game. You got to go out every day until you find some. At least try to go out every day until you find them, okay? Don't stop till you get enough. Don't stop till you get enough. Sugar daddies. All right, sprinkle, sprinkle. Keep going. It's a numbers game. You'll find enough soon if you keep going. Don't pause. Don't wait. Keep going. You'll be done soon. You'll have them soon if you keep going. Don't take no pauses or no breaks. How do you keep a backup when you're living with a man? The same way a man does, baby. The same way a man keeps a backup when he's living with a woman. Lie. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So men aren't looking for love, and this is why, because they aren't trained to anymore. They're not programmed to look for it. So how do you navigate this if you're a lover girl? Okay, I'm going to help y'all lover girls, but you got to have an imagination and you got to be whimsical. Otherwise, it's not going to work. You ready? Listen, pictures and love a girl. Most of y'all aren't going to be able to do this because in order to do this, you have to be very feminine. Most of the pick-me-shoes ain't going to be able to do this. Some of you lover girls might. All right. So I talk about this a lot. But in order for a man to look for love from you, you got to be obsessed with it. You know how I tell y'all to be self-obsessed about yourself and men will treat you accordingly? Well, you have to be obsessed with falling in love and romance and love. That has to be your thing. You can't just say it and expect it without being obsessed with it. Okay. Whatever you're obsessed with, that's what you're going to attract. Okay. Most people aren't obsessed with love anymore. Why? Because they don't pay no bills. Okay. But if you're obsessed with love and money, you might be going somewhere. You might get somewhere. Okay. So I'm trying to help y'all. Some of y'all want love and money. You gotta be obsessed with it. If you don't talk about it and be about it 100% all the time, you're never going to attract it. So you're going to have to be the walking, talking spokesperson of love and money. Now, if you only hang out on the rich side of town and you're super classy and elegant and you only talk about love and you're over there, you still got to talk about expensive things and places that cost money that you want to visit and nice things that you are interested in. If you're not going to specifically talk about money, you need to talk about things that cost money. But you got to be on the rich side of town in order to attract somebody with the money and the love aspect of it. Okay. You can't be talking about love around no dust because they don't even love themselves enough to get their money up. So that's never going to happen. It's easier to find love with men who love themselves as well. Okay. They're not insecure. They're not going to find it in an insecure man. All right. Not going to find love. It's more complicated to look for love than it is just to look for money. That's why people just gave up on it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. And remember this, ladies, love is not permanent. So understand that going in. Understand that love is not forever, especially between men and women. You got to understand that going in. But you can't have it. It might not last forever, but you can have it for a period of time. Should you date a man who can't give you a lot of money to invest in myself to be more available to men with more? Is that wasting time? Huh? Are you asking me if you should or shouldn't? I think you should date men to get your money up and use that money for whatever you want to use it for. Whether it's to attract a man with more or not. It's yours after he give it to you. Do what you want with it. Thank you. Firestorm, Sprinkle. Hey girl, I remember you. So she wanted the day ones. So if you use his money for whatever you choose to use it for, that's your money now after he gave it to you. Sprinkle. Where should I go in the rich side of town? Any place where there's men with money. So you can go during the daytime. Go to exclusive places. Go to expensive places. And it depends on how much money you got. So if you're broke and you ain't got no money, go to the grocery store and put some little cutesy things in your cart. Go to like Whole Foods. Go in the morning. Go in the early afternoon and morning. Go to like, if you have a dog, go to a dog walking park. If you join an expensive gym, maybe you can do a free trial membership or something like that. Go there. Okay. You got enough money to join a country club, go over there. Or just walk around and dilly-dally and run your errands over there. And you're most likely going to talk and run into people. You got to go consistently, often at the same time, because you're going to see people. They're going to see you a couple of times and you become a regular somewhere. And that's when they'll start to kind of become interested in, who is that? I see her every day. Let me go say hello, Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you. You said she went to a church on the rich side of town and met two men. Okay, that's free. I know that's right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Good for you. What? Provider of 2 years asked for something sexual on the call. I said no. He got upset. I didn't reach. No, you didn't react. He didn't text for 2 days. Any advice? No. Uh, when he comes back, re-entry fee. That's the advice. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You see, because he couldn't get what he wanted, he got mad and left, right? If he comes back, that means he already knows the answer is no. Either he's trying to figure out how to get it and he's going to try again, or he's going to respect you and just want what you already have without that type of relationship. Okay. Either he's going to miss the true relationship that you have that has nothing to do with the mattress, or he's going to come back and try again. Either way, he needs to pay the re-entry fee. Okay. Go sprinkle. Where's your backup? Talk to him. Can I give tips on winning the lottery? Date a man that owns a convenience store and tell him to give you tickets every day. I don't play the lottery. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. Due to your upbringing, is not allowed to show your body now. I feel like I need to wear unrevealing clothes and hide my body. What? I don't understand. Then just wear fitted clothes then. You can be covered and still just dress where the clothes are tailored and look classy on you. You don't have to show everything. Okay. Maybe show your waist a little bit. Wear something tailored or classically fitting that's not super tight. You ain't got to show no skin. Just make sure they can see that you ain't, looking crazy up under there. All right. Classy and desirable. Yes. Don't be wearing no garbage bag. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Mm-hmm. You want to wear things you like, but you feel ashamed. Ashamed of what? Of being a woman? You feel ashamed for being born attractive? You feel ashamed for falling for the okey doke patriarchal society that tells you to hide yourself because men can't control themselves? Girl, break out of the brainwashing. Okay? We're too old for that now. We're too old for that. We're too old for that. This is your life. Live it. I don't care what people brainwash you to think. Do what you want. All right? Just do it anyway. Who cares? Feel ashamed while you're doing it and see, will the shame go away? The shame will go away because you're going to realize everybody was lying to you in the first place. Okay? The shame will naturally go away once you start living your best life. Why? Because you're going to see what they took from you. They took away your ability to feel attractive in public. They took away your ability to have pretty privilege. They took all of that away and gave you shame instead. So give them the shame back and take your pretty privilege back and walk out like you own the world. Okay? Because I do that everywhere I go. All right? And I am not ashamed. Why? Because I'm supposed to shine. I'm supposed to look good. Okay? I wouldn't put here on earth to hide, baby. Were you? Were you put here on earth to hide and be ashamed? Then on the room. Okay. If your religion and your God wanted you hidden, you would have been one of them fish that be swimming at the bottom of the ocean with no light. That's what you would have been born as, or you would have been a worm crawling through the mud in the ground, so nobody could find you. Okay. But no, you were born to be seen. So go ahead and be seen. Men wanted to hide you. Remember that. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, Lady Dance. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thanks for the super sticker. You said you crying. Yeah. Patriarchy has programmed you to be ashamed. You shouldn't be ashamed of the physical form that bring men to this planet. Okay? They try to tell you what to wear, what to do with your body, and you need to tell them to shut up. And if it wasn't for you, you wouldn't be here. So you gonna wear what you want, and they gonna like it. You heard? That's what you tell them. I'll do what I want. Thank you, Aaliyah. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Supposed to be marrying a provider, but in 4 months, but I called him a tight, everything is paid. He's insecure and threatened to call off the wedding. Girl, he gonna lose a lot of money if he call it off. Girl, he bluffing. So let me ask you a question. Is he not giving you money, or what is he doing wrong? Because how you are before marriage, it's only going to get worse. Just understand that. Whatever he's not doing right, it's going to get worse. So maybe you need to go out the marriage if he ain't giving you no money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You just started my phase 1 elixir, and I'm already seeing the difference. Thanks, Ashura. Oh, thank you. Jan, Lady Flowers, I appreciate you. Well, I'm so glad you're enjoying it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If y'all want the elixirs, my Etsy store is linked here. And y'all use the code GET10 if you order more than one at a time. Start with phase 1. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm gonna put the code in right here. Oh shoot, sorry. And then I'll put the link till sprinkle, sprinkle. Yeah, y'all check it out. I know my drop shipper gonna be mad because I'm getting a lot of orders. They're like, hey, what's up? He is very generous and says he likes but wants to wait to make things official. Only been 2 months. Okay, I'm not trying to rush into nothing official. First of all, if you're trying to rush into anything official, lady, you're a pick-me-sure. They should be rushing into being official with you. You shouldn't be asking no questions. They're the one that's supposed to be talking about let's become official, and they need to become official with them bills. You understand? Like, y'all are working for titles. Y'all are dating for titles. Y'all act like title is royalty. This ain't, you're not going to be no lady, no duchess. You're going to be some broke man's girlfriend. That's not the same thing. If you're going to be dating for titles, you need to be dating a duke. Otherwise, them titles don't count unless they come with money. All right? So y'all need to get your mind right. And men are not looking for love. They're looking for access this day and age. We have been dating for 2 months. He's 36. I'm 27. He wants to give me his 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee, but I got to pay for the insurance, which is $100. He said it's because I am not his wife yet. What's your advice? So he going to give you the title to the car? Sprinkle, sprinkle? The title? Or he going to let you drive the car in his name? I'm confused. Because y'all not telling me the truth. I need the truth. I need the whole truth. Is he giving you the title, or he's letting you drive his car? Do he got an extra car he needs somebody to pay that insurance on? Because if I had an extra car, I'd let somebody drive it if they were paying the insurance on it. I sure would. Because you know you got to pay for insurance on them cars even if they're sitting. Anyway, okay, so I'm 21 and attractive. How do I make a very wealthy man want to approach you even to spend money on it? You got to go to the rich side of town and become a regular somewhere. They got to be interested in you enough and see you several times in the same place at the same time in order to approach. Most rich men aren't desperate. They're not just going to run up to a woman just the first time they see her. You got to look like, you know, you frequent there often, you belong in that area, da, 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 da. And then they'll say, oh, okay, I've seen you around a few times. How are you? My name is such and such. You got to become a regular somewhere. Go to the same time, the same place every day on the rich side of town. And eventually they will approach. Okay. Make sure you're dressed appropriately. All right. You said they only title, I want the deep what? Y'all make sure y'all understand what these men are doing. Sometimes y'all think y'all are getting something, but y'all are really paying for something. So If the man is not giving you the car title in your name, he's not giving you no car. He's letting you drive his car while paying his insurance so that he doesn't have to pay insurance on the car that's just sitting there. You see? It's saving him money, actually. Exactly. Women are dating for titles to cater to their egos, trying to be considered the better woman instead of the paid woman. Get it together. Yes, messy morning with Holly. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yep. Some of y'all aren't looking because y'all are so blinded with desperation and that you think someone is doing something for you, but they're not doing something for you. Most of the time, they're doing something for themselves and disguising it as doing something for you. Okay. If your bank account ain't increasing, they ain't done nothing for you. Listen, if your bank account is not increasing, they have done nothing for you. Exactly. Okay. So listen to what I'm telling you. Now, they may be kind, it may be a kind gesture when they do something for you, but if it's not financially beneficial to you and more beneficial to them, they've done nothing for you. Okay, so don't get it confused. Your car sucks. That's why you asked him for the car. Okay, so he's letting you borrow his car while paying the insurance on it, not give. So instead of, why don't you get a new car? Why didn't you get him to go to the dealership and put down some money for a new car in your name? Unless his car is paid for and he can switch the title over to you, that's better. Because think about this, when he gets mad at you and you give up your ratty car, and he gonna take the car back when he get mad at you, girl. You can literally report the car stolen. It's not in your name. You understand? So you need to be in your name. He need to switch the title over to you. Or he need to take you to the dealership and get your own car. Thank you, Sabrina. Sprinkle, sprinkle. It's a nice gesture, but in the long run, it's not gonna work out because he could take it from you at any time. And that's what we don't want. We don't want to take something from a man because he's being nice. The car's still in his name. So he's not giving you anything. You're borrowing it. And when he gets mad, he can take it back. So I'm not trying to live like that. Either you give me the car or you put a down payment on me a new car. That's how it's going to be. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Mm-hmm. Just remember that. Because I had a girl in here telling me the same thing. But her man took the car from her because she was mad or she overreacted. And now she ain't got no car. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Make sure you got your own stuff in your own name, girl. Otherwise, you just gonna look crazy. Okay, let's help her. Why would a man give talks of giving gifts and providing, but then backs off? How do I get him to actually do it? Okay, first of all, ma'am, when a man future fakes you, this is what it's called, future faking. Okay, we have a term for it, future faking. When he talks more than he does, he's lying. When a man starts talking about how they're going to give you gifts and provide, bust out your phone. If he's on if you're texting him, text him the links and say, screenshot me the receipt and the tracking number when it's sent. You don't wait for him. You say, if you can't do it now, then talk about it when you can. You understand? You shut down future fakers quick, fast, and in a hurry by expecting it now. Not in the future, but now. And then if he says, well, it's going to be in the future, it's like, well, let's talk about it then. That means shut up if you can't do it now. Let's talk about it then. Okay? Change the subject. You know these men are lying to y'all, and y'all keep listening because y'all think that they truly mean that crap, and they don't. They're just trying to get access to you. You just ordered the phase 1 and 2 of the elixirs. Thank you. Okay, ma'am. Thank you, Teresa. I hope you enjoy them. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Married with one child, everything is provided, but emotional connection is missing. Connect to your child, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Honestly, most men, sometimes they just want to check the list off. Wife, child, career. They don't really care to connect. Okay? They haven't been programmed to connect. All right? We have been programmed to connect as women, but men haven't. So if you want a man to connect to you, you got to become obsessed with that mess. Literally. And you got a kid too. That's going to be some hard work. All right? Y'all should have connected before you had a baby. But I was telling the lover girls earlier, if you want to fall in love or you want a man to connect or you want a man to connect to you, you got to spend his money. That's number one. And you have to be obsessed with romance and love. Like you got to make your home look like the Bridgerton set or something. You got to have candles going, soft music playing all the time, ambiance on the TV, incense or like, stuff that smell good, candles and whatever. You got to be wearing like sexy clothes and you got to have on the perfume and the cologne. And you got to be like, oh, I saw this beautiful piece of jewelry today that would look so pretty. You got to be obsessed with what you want. You got to bring the man into your world, into your fantasy, because the world that he's living in is saying, disconnect, disconnect, disconnect. You got to be obsessed. And when he walks into your doors, into your home, you got to be representing what you want. Your environment has to reflect on what you're trying to program him with. Okay. Like most men aren't going to walk into that type of household. The woman has to be obsessed with what she wants, period. She creates that world. A house is just a house until a woman goes in it. Remember that. How you create your house, how you create your style, how you dress, walk, talk, act, and have your environment set up is going to program that man. You got some ugly, nasty looking in decoration. You walking around in a t-shirt and leggings. There's no romance and connection happening there. Nobody wants to sit there and connect to somebody looking like who did it and why. You might be looking good though, but the environment is not giving what it needs to give. All right. So make sure it is. Your house is a movie set. Set it up for what you're trying to accomplish. You are the character. What do you want? What is this movie about? Then create it. Be the director. You got to be obsessed with what you want. If a man walks into a house, candlelit, fireplace going, wine, ambiance, soft music, you walking around in your little robe and cute little house shoes and smelling good and your face made up, he's going to want to connect with that. I promise you. But he ain't finna connect with something that is not gonna pique his interest. And you have to be obsessed with it. This has to be who you are. It can't be what you're acting like today. It has to be who you become. So women, you need to become obsessed with what you are trying to achieve and accomplish in this world. You got to become obsessed. That's the only way. Now, some women are obsessed over money. Some women are obsessed over themselves. Some women are obsessed over love. You need to be obsessed over money and love and yourself. You can add something to it if you're looking for extra, but it's hard work, baby. It's a lot of energy. So y'all better get them elixirs if that's what y'all are looking for. Some people have given up on for stuff and they just like, okay, I'm gonna just take this money. Some men don't even know that they're supposed to be looking for love or expecting or giving it. So y'all got to train them. When that man walks into the house, that's your world. That's your world. All right. That's all I can tell you. Lover girls, it's your world. In your house, it's your world. You create it. If your house doesn't scream love, romance, connection every day, you're not going to get it. Are you sure he's bluffing? Ring, dress, gold, all paid, venue deposit. He can't get none of that back. He's great, just messed up when annoyed. Now says he can't 100K at me. The same invites go out. Girl, look, that man is bluffing. He spent all that money. He not gonna get none of the money back over saying no. He ain't bluffing. I mean, he is bluffing. I'm sorry. He didn't spend all that money. He is bluffing. She are meant to go to expensive gym, cheapest membership 300 at 7 a.m., but running very late. What kinds of men gonna be there between 11 a.m. and the men on their lunch break? The men who have to work? Very different crowd. Sprinkle, sprinkle. The working class. Okay. The men that work close by. That's who's gonna be the men on their lunch break. Okay. The latest you could get there is probably about 8. You're gonna miss all the rich ones. Get there early. Should approve to marriage. He is 48 and I'm 25. He's rich and provider. I like him, but I'm afraid I'm gonna regret, especially when I get a baby. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. Make sure he puts a lot of money into your bank account before you get a baby. Before you marry, before you get a baby, make sure your bank account is super stacked. Okay. And yes, most men change after that. That's just normal. But like I said, I was talking about this earlier. You got to keep the interest alive, and you got to keep, if you're about connection, you got to keep that alive. Sprinkle, sprinkle. In that case, where should I go freestyle instead? Okay. At that time, a nice restaurant bar. See, even if they are a working class, if you go next to a nice building, a restaurant bar, or just some people just go to lunch that don't work, go to a nice restaurant bar and sit there in a rich area. Okay. Because that's lunchtime. And most likely, whether they're working or not, they got to eat. Okay. Have anyone had success with blue collar man? Yeah, girl, I've seen lots of people that are blue collar with lots of money. They got to own businesses though. They have to be a blue collar entrepreneur. Okay, because like if a man who owned a contract company came up to me, I'm hey, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? Even though he's blue collar, he's still getting that money, and he can fix stuff around the house, on the house, outside the house, everywhere. The house, build stuff and whatnot. Blue collar is like the type of job that they have or the type of business that they own. There's white collar, which is like corporate, and there's blue collar, which is like you're out in the field, you're out working, like contractors, fleet owners, stuff like that. I'll take a blue collar as long as he got that money. A higher up business owner, blue collar though. You're going to find them around lunchtime or happy hour at hearty food places because they be working hard and they need to eat at a restaurant bar. Not super expensive bougie restaurants, but hearty restaurants where they can get a good meal and sit at the restaurant bar. You're going to see trucks in the parking lot, them expensive trucks, okay? Thanks for advice. He wants me to beg for forgiveness since I hear this evil. Then beg for the forgiveness if that's what you want. That's all he need to hear. Just like, please, like go into it, like be dramatic with it. Please forgive me. I was drunk. Just say you was drunk, girl. Blame it on alcohol. It's like, you know what? I was drunk. That wasn't me. So sorry. Can we move on now? Great man wants you to beg. So that's how it's going to be in the whole marriage. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Remember, they're supposed to love you times 10. Times 10. That man don't like you at all. He making you beg for marriage. That's how it's going to be in your marriage. Just trying to let you know. If he's treating you like this before marriage, imagine how he's going to treat you after marriage. It ain't going to be right. I'm not saying don't marry him, but just understand you're having a power play right here. Let him bluff until he gets nervous that he'd have wasted all this money and comes back and apologizes to you, because that's what I do. I'm not apologizing to nobody. He liked me more. Remember that. He done already spent the money. Money's spent. Family's invited. He's going to have to answer to them, not you. He is bluffing. Stop being scared. The power play is right here. This is what's going to set the tone of your marriage. You going to lay down and be a doormat, or you going to let him figure it out? Okay. What would Shira 7 do? She would not care. She would be like, still moving forward. We would still be moving forward. You need to assign him to tell all the people that the wedding is off then. You need to start saying, well, should I call my mom and tell her that it's off? You need to call his bluff. He done already spent the money. The money gone. Do you understand? You need to just be like, well, I'll just give you some time to think. If you're going to sit there and chase this man and beg for forgiveness from this man, that's how you're going to be doing in your whole marriage. You better act like you have some knowledge. You better act like you watch my channel. Shira, what? Okay, do you have a video explaining the benefits of all the different phases of your elixirs? Yeah, on my other channel, Sprinkle Sprinkle. Yeah, just go to my other channel, Shira Goddess, and look up elixirs on my video playlist, or just my videos, and it should come up. There should also be, if you scroll down far enough, you'll see one in my post section on there on my other channel. Okay, yeah, my second channel. They're old videos, not super old, but older. Okay. All right. Let that man realize that you're not getting ready to bend. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. Don't fear. He already spent the money, and he's gonna look stupid in front of all them people if he calls it off, because you're not gonna call it off. He is. Remember that. He's bluffing, girl. He wants to see how stupid you are. Remember, it's gonna set the tone for your whole marriage. You better win this one. All right. And stop talking to him. Okay. If he triggers you, just walk out of the room and say you have to pee. Okay. If you're already arguing with this man and calling him names and stuff like that because he ain't doing whatever you need him to do right, learn how to control your emotions and just get his money. Go walk into the next room and put some lipstick on, or go to the bathroom. Stop trying to make this man do something he ain't gonna do. Y'all marriage don't even sound like it's gonna make it that far. Honestly, if y'all are already arguing like that. I mean, everybody argues, but you sound like you scared of him and you ready to bend. Girl, if he don't fear you a little bit, don't even marry him. If he don't fear you, don't even marry him. He got to have some type of fear inside of you. Otherwise, you're gonna be the doormat. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. Because I'm not getting ready to marry somebody that don't fear me a little bit. You said, how do we win arguments? Put the fear in them. Know your rights. Know the law. Call bluffs. Risk it all to get it all. That's how. Know your worth. Have a backup. You know how people win arguments? They don't argue. They know who they are, what they have, and they know what they're worth. So they don't react as much. They're literally unbothered most of the time because they know that they don't need that other person. That other person needs them. You see? So you got to have that mentality before you even start to argue. No one's going to win the fight. The one who reacts the least is the one who wins. Because they're going to do what they want to do anyway, no matter what the other person is talking about. Shira, some guy pulled an Uncle Ethel on me the other day, fixing his mouth to say his uncle is half paralyzed. I was like in my head, oh, not Aunt Ethel. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Hilarious girl. I mean, I'm sorry, David. I'm always used to women asking questions. I'm sorry, David. Okay, David says, Uncle Ethel. Okay. It's like, I'm so sorry to hear that. Does he get a disability check? Because I know they be getting them checks. Like, I got an aunt just like that. Touche. Maybe we should introduce them to each other. See what he say. See what he say. Together they'll make a whole. Because which side he paralyzed on? Okay, so my aunt Ethel's paralyzed on the opposite side, so they can help each other. We should introduce them, hook them up. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Of hilarious, right? Okay, let me read some of these questions. How to feel confident in dates when you're slightly chubby. Suck it in. Wear some Skims or scroll or Spanx or whatever. Suck it in and dress appropriate for your size. And make sure your hair and your makeup look good, girl, because you still need to be out and about at every size. You need to get your confidence up at every size. We have 23-year age gap. I'm worried to marry. He is rich. Okay. Most men like to marry younger women. I don't think you have to worry about that. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If you're worried about him being so old, then I don't know what to tell you. I mean, do you like older guys or you don't? Sprinkle, sprinkle. I have to take a short break, but hold on, you guys. I'm going to give y'all a little video to watch so y'all can keep this in mind, ladies. Keep this in mind. He said, ride or die women age prematurely. Ride or die women are ugly and stupid. Why would a man want a woman who wants them at their lowest, who had to help them back up, who had to dust them off? Why would they want that? There's no respect there. And every time he tries to take credit for something, you're going to be like, well, if it wasn't for me. He wants to feel masculine in front of a woman that don't know his dusty past. So he's going to use you, build on your back, let you build him up, and go start fresh with the next chick that he can get the respect from. That's why they don't stay with Barbara the Builders. That's why they don't stay with women who they've had struggle with, because you remind them of their struggle. You remind them of exactly when they were their lowest. They don't want that. Okay? That's why they don't stay. So only dumb women will help a man. Only dumb women will build a man. Only a dumb woman will step in and let a man build on her back so he can leave you for the next chick, because he don't want to face his struggle by looking at you every day. He don't want to face the fact that you are the reason why he ain't struggling no more, because men have egos, and you aren't the type of woman that he actually wants. You're the type of woman he needed. Oh, y'all seen that dummy? Get the kind of woman you need, not the kind you want. Okay, so he needs you, which means he don't have anything. When he wants you, that's the time that you're supposed to be with him. Not when he needs you, but when he wants you. Okay? Y'all be with men that need y'all, not want y'all. There's a difference. They need y'all to sign paperwork. They need y'all to, put them on the lease. They need y'all to put that down payment. They need y'all to pay for half the rent. They need y'all. But they don't want y'all. Understand it. Stop helping out men. Stop helping them out. They can help themselves, and they'll be more proud of themselves if they figured it out, rather than you enabling them to be a dusty. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yo, that wasn't my book. That was some lady's book. They clipped my video. But hey, no more giving dusties. You have a first date on Wednesday with a 39-year-old. Any advice? Okay. They still think they're in their 20s. They cannot impress women their own age. So everything they do, act impressed, but keep talking about your money and what you need and what you want to do, what you're saving up for, and make sure that they can afford it, because most guys that age, they don't have too much money, but they can't impress women their own age because they don't have enough money to impress women their own age. So make sure you make them impress you financially. That's my advice. Okay. Start talking about stuff you're saving up for, what you need. If you're in school or whatever, say you need your books or your tuition or whatever. Or talk about unethical, or talking about something that you lost that you're trying to save up for to get back. Whatever. Talk about your favorite perfume, how you like flowers. Talk about all the stuff that they can impress you with. Okay. Because he's still actually young, in my opinion, but he wants to date women your age because he can't impress women his own age. He doesn't have enough for them. So he's okay. Men that date younger women, I know this because I dated older men. They think that y'all are dumb and don't know what you want and don't want as much as the women their own age. Okay. This is why you need to want more, or whatever you can get out of them, because they're trying to run away from being a provider to a woman their own age, because women their own age want more than younger women. Make sure you get something still. All right. So if he was to date somebody his own age, she would probably want way more than you're going to ask for. So just ask for what you're going to ask for. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. You said you suggest writing everything you want on a list and just reading it before you go talk to them. That way you can throw it into the conversation. Exactly. See how you can work it into the combo. Okay. You said if you were a man, you'd be afraid of older women. I'd want a young woman because they're dumb. Exactly. I have directed men to younger women because I couldn't deal with them. You need a younger woman. You need to go talk to them 20-year-olds. I have literally redirected them away from me because they weren't talking about nothing. And even my 22-year-old self wouldn't have been impressed by them. So maybe, I don't know. I had to send them on. A lot of guys need to go talk to 20-something-year-olds. And that's not because they're not good people. It's just because they're not on the same level as women their own age, mentally or financially, most of the time. Don't come up and talk to me if we look close to the same age. Goodbye. I'm most likely outknowing you and gonna send you to a 20-something. You could buy me a drink, but that's about it. Pay for this tab, then I'll be on your way, sir, because there ain't nothing else you can do for me if you ain't got no big bucks. All right. I'm not looking for love either. All right. So, what? A guy said that I should tell him what I need from him and help him build up. I said, you mean build you up for another girl? And he laughed, and he knew I was right, and he didn't deny. Yup, you got him. Terrible. You said what? 26 and went on a date with a very wealthy man that is in his 60s, but he ended up taking you to a dive bar. Okay. Well, what type of man is he though? Is he the kind that goes to fancy places, or is he the kind that maybe he's trying to hide you in a dive bar? Does he go to that dive bar? Did he know people there? Maybe he was trying to show you off to his friends, because there are some men that have money that will go to dive bars. But if that's the first date, does he have friends there, or is he hiding you? You know what I'm saying? Were y'all gonna go somewhere else before or after? You know what I'm saying? Like, where's the whining and dining, and then maybe go to a bar? Well, I'm not understanding why he took you there first and only. Mm-hmm. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So you gotta figure out why he took you there and why you even went. Sprinkle, sprinkle. The dive bar? Yeah, that should have been like after a nice dinner and then you didn't want to leave and he didn't want to leave and you're like, well, I know a cool bar that I hang out at with some friends. That's where you go to the dive bar after you'd already been wined and dined. Okay, then you get drunk enough and you can get his money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. So you said never again. Okay, well, you live and you learn, right? So we were talking about why men are not looking for love, and I was telling you guys that's because they're not programmed to. Now, I normally don't do this, and this is out of my comfort zone, but I'm going to help y'all because y'all know if I want to do something, I'm going to do it, but I don't want to do it. But if I were looking for love, like I said, I would definitely be all about it. You'd have to be obsessed with it in order to find a man who is looking for it. You got to become obsessed with it. And not in a pick me way, but in a way that allows you to take full control. You know what I mean? So you have to be the epitome, walking, talking personification of what it's like to be in love. You know what I mean? You got to be in love with life. You got to be in love with yourself. You got to be in love with everything that you talk about. You got to be passionate about so many things because that's what men are looking at, how you embrace life. How you embrace life. That's what they think their life is going to be like if they get with you. Okay? Remember, you're bringing them into your world, not the other way around. This is going to be a little deep, but you're bringing them into your world, not the other way around. Remember that. If you are not bringing them into the world or your world of bliss, romance, constant this, and that, and then you're not going to get that. It's your environment. It's like a movie set and an actor. When the actor walks in on a movie set that's romantic, flowers everywhere, candles burning, he's going to get into a different mode, a different mindset, so he can act that part. But if he walks into a place that looks, a little dodgy, a little dark, a little dim, a little sterile, that's what it's going to act like. So you are the director. You are the main character. And you must be obsessed with what it is you're trying to accomplish. And you bring him into your world, not the other way around. So you got to set up your world the way that you want it to be. Thank you, Cutie Berry, Sprinkle, for being a new member. So, ladies who are looking up, everything needs to reflect that in order to attract it. Because think about this. If you're dating a man and you're obsessed with love, romance, beauty, flowers, roses, wine, candles, silk, nightgowns, music, romance, and he walks into that, he sees that, and he's not about that, he's gone. Poof, disappear. Man, that's too much. But if one sees that, he's like, wow, this is something I could get used to. I really like this. I like this feeling, how this makes me feel. Maybe I want to become more romantical. Oh, she likes flowers, huh? Well, next time I show up, it's not going to be cheesy to bring you flowers. You see? Because you're already surrounded by them. He already knows you like them. He already knows that he's paying attention and he's just bringing something to add to your environment that already exists. You understand? So it's not going to look cheesy. When he shows up and he walks in with roses, he's going to fit right on in. You see? Because when you dress to look like you deserve to receive roses, when you dress feminine, when you dress girly, when you dress pretty, when you're in your little dresses and your little perfume and you're smelling all good and being all feminine, and it looks like you belong having roses, so it's going to just make sense. Whenever he sees roses, he's going to think of you. Then he's going to pick some up. But if you're over there looking mean and grumpy all the time and hair all over your head with no makeup on, he's not going to think of roses when he looks at you. Do you understand what I'm telling y'all? If y'all want them to act a certain way, y'all got to represent. If a man looks at roses and doesn't think of you, he ain't buying for you unless you mad at him. And it ain't even for the real reason. This is why back in the old days, they used to make music and songs talk about, oh, you're as beautiful rose and all this stupid crap that they don't sing now. But when they sung it back then, the men listened. So you need to be as beautiful as a rose. You need to be as beautiful as the vacation you want him to take you on. You need to be as whimsical and as romantical as the type of date that you want him to invite you on. Do you understand? That's how you got to do it. And you got to be about money too. Can you share tips on daily things that we can do to grow into this mindset that we can create our own world? I was raised differently and I'm improving things. Okay, ma'am. Sprinkle. Dream baby. Okay. The best way to create your own world is to think about the type of world you want to live in. Write it down. What world do you want to live in? Do you want to live in a world where you feel beautiful all the time? Where your environment matches that? Who are you going to invite into this? Who doesn't belong and who belongs? Because you're going to have to get rid of some people when you build your own world. Okay? Listen to me very carefully. This part, some of y'all don't realize. When you start to build your own world, which means you're going to create an environment, your house, your decor, your persona, how you dress, how you walk, how you talk, how you act, how you decorate everything. Okay? This is building your world. How you react to things. If some people aren't going to be invited to that world, you're going to have to let them go. You know what I'm saying? Because your world also depends on who you invite in. Okay, so once you get that out of the way, start working on your wardrobe, how you present yourself, how you walk and how you talk, your makeup, your environment. Do you give yourself fresh roses every day or every week? Do other people give you flowers? Display them. Okay. Do you look feminine enough to receive roses on a weekly basis from a man? When he sees a rose, like I was saying earlier, does he think of you? When he sees flowers, does he think of you? When he sees femininity, does he think of you? Because men fall in love with feminine energy, not masculine energy. Okay? You also have to realize this. Masculine men naturally fall for feminine women. So if you're not all the way feminine, if you're still fighting that, you need to find your feminine energy. And you definitely to create a feminine world because that's what attracts masculine men. Do you understand? You just bought yourself roses? Wonderful. So if they see you buying yourself roses, they're not going to feel stupid for buying you roses if you buy yourself roses. If they see fresh roses on your counter every week, they're not going to feel stupid buying them. They're going to feel like they're contributing to what you like. They're not going to feel corny or like a simp because in your world, men and yourself and anybody who deserves to be in your world brings flowers. Do you understand? You're going to start dressing really nice so he can start dressing really nice. Because in your world, people don't wear that crap that he got on, or they don't wear basketball shorts and t-shirts in your world. They just don't, right? That doesn't fit the script, you see? So keep yourself dressed up and dressed cute so that if he wants to be considered part of your world, he has to dress the part. And you'll see him start to try to fit into your world. Remember that. And once you get them in, girl, once you get them into your world, that's when they start to fall. They got to be all the way in your world. Hey, you shared where you got your wig from. Thanks. Uh-oh, Jan Lady Girl, I forgot this wig is from last year. I don't even remember where I got it from. Sprinkle. But thank you. I appreciate it. You like my wig, girl? I appreciate it. I don't remember. I'd have to. Some of the wigs, I don't remember where I get them from. If it's been over a month, I'm not going to remember where they came from unless they have the little thing sewn into the back. Okay. But thank you, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Your husband transformed you into a sweatpant wearing hooligan. He brought you into his world. You got to bring him into yours. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So once you bring them into your world, not your house, your world, they'll start acting right how you need them to act. Your boyfriend talks a lot about himself, totally bored, but gives me 600 a month out of 2,300. He is trying to start a business. Should I stay advised? Girl, I don't know how old you are. Annaboo, I don't know. How old are you, girl? Is he young? Is he in his 20s? Girl, that's not your forever man. Just take his money and keep your options open. Most of the time you're asking me, should you leave or should you stay? Man, just put him on a roster. I mean, take his money, but you know he's not future husband, right? Not unless you're not trying to get married in the next, decade. How's he supposed to get enough money to provide for you and your lifestyle in less than 10 years? Is his salary going to increase that dramatically? You got to be realistic with these guys. You got to be realistic. Okay. Whatever this man does for a living, calculate how much he's going to be making in 5 to 10 years from now, depending on your age. Like if you're in your early 20s, how much he's going to be making 10 years from now? Is it going to be enough to provide and have a wedding, have a house, have a car, without your help? If you're not trying to have no 50-50 marriage, then he's a placeholder. Okay? Y'all have to do the math on this stuff. Start thinking ahead, because sometimes y'all are going to waste time, or y'all are going to take someone seriously that you're not supposed to be taken seriously. So that's placeholder. Okay. Men do this to y'all all the time. Y'all just don't realize it. Men leave you as a placeholder when they know you're not going to make a good mother, or they know they're not going to bring you into their family, or they know that they don't even want you to be the mother of their kids or their wife. They will string you along long time until they're ready to go. So y'all have to understand, when y'all are dating these men who aren't financially available to you and aren't going to be financially available to you in the way that you need them to be in 5 to 10 years from now, they are a placeholder. Don't take them seriously. The men don't take y'all seriously when they understand that you're not wifey. They will let you stay though. They'll be in a relationship with you, but they will not take you to that altar because you are not the one. Just like that man ain't the one if he's not going to be able to provide for you in the next 5 to 10 years fully. You understand? But see, women have been programmed to fall in love and look deeper than that, and men haven't. They know what they want. They know exactly when they are going to be able to get it, and they will wait, whether you're going to sit there or leave. You know what I mean? So y'all have to start doing the same thing. That man is only worth $600 a month to you. Let's see, 5 years, was that 365? 5 times 12. I'm trying to. Okay. In 5 years, if you stay with him, you're only going to get $36,000 for 5 years. Getting $600 up. Is that a week or a month, girl? Did you say a week or a month? So 36, girl, that's below poverty line, and you took you 6 years to earn that. Anyway, you're 19, he's 24. I don't want to marry him. Good for you. Just get his money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And you can date other guys at the same time if that's not enough for you. You said men are waking up, stacking their money, and enjoying their peace. Thank goodness. Thank goodness they're waking up and getting their money instead of chasing women that they can't afford. Thank goodness. We've been waiting on this day forever. Instead of chasing Pygmisha for shelter and chasing women they can't afford and having kids out of wedlock, they need to go chase their money and have some peace. Because that's how men start to love themselves and value themselves. And that's the type of man that will eventually be a good candidate for if he wants or chooses to date or marry in the future. Thank goodness. Because y'all were out there looking bad. I'd rather a man chase his money and his peace than some woman he cannot afford. Okay, because that means the Dusties are leaving people alone, which is a good thing. And they're getting their money up, which is a good thing. Right? That's the whole point. That's what you're supposed to have done in the first place. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said women do so much, all men have to do is make money. Exactly. That's all they got to do. One thing. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Women didn't figure out how to do all of those things. That's probably why they're not dealing with them anymore. But the men need to get their stuff together too. Maybe they're just behind. Maybe they fell behind, like the turtle and the tortoise and the hare story. Men fell behind. You know, slow and steady wins the race. Women are winning now, even though they were held back, even though they didn't have equal rights, even though this, even though that. Okay. The man had the full ability in a patriarchal society to prosper and get this money. But he thought that, you know, he was a man, so he was all of that, right? But then slowly but surely that little tortoise was creeping up to the finish line, and that tortoise was like, okay, whatever. And he passed up that rabbit. He passed up that hare. That's what's happening with men and women. So y'all better get back on it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's all I can say. It's not a competition because most women are going to date older men right now anyway. So it's not even a competition. It's a competition with the next man. If you are a man, you need to be competing with men, not women. Because there wouldn't have even been a race with a tortoise if y'all were competing with men. Yeah, y'all wouldn't be trying to hold nobody back if y'all could compete with them. Go compete with your peers. That's right. Thank you. Consider mama. I can't pronounce that, girl, but thank you. Thank you. You can't stop being anxious while waiting for his blood. Man, shut up. You get on my nerves. I wouldn't marry you either. Shut up. Be a woman. Call it love, or else your marriage is gonna suck for the rest of your life. Okay? That man had already spent money. Leave him alone. He's gonna marry you. Okay? How you act right now depends on if you're a pick-me-show or not. Okay? He done already paid for everything. He can't get his money back. Because you called him a name, he's gonna throw all that money in the garbage. Stand your ground. All right, stand your ground. He'll come through. He'll see how stupid he sounds, making you try to beg for forgiveness. You beg him for forgiveness, you're gonna be begging the rest of that marriage. I'm telling you. Stand your ground. Stop acting like a pick-me-show. Exactly. He's the one that spent the money. You didn't. And even if he don't marry you, you still can keep the ring and marry somebody else. But he's out of a money, a ring, and a bride. See, he's gonna lose more than you. And a reputation. And you can say you called it off and beat him to it if he tells you first. You see? So either way, you're gonna look good. Either way, he's not gonna call it off. He spent too much money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Occupy yourself, girl. Go do something. Get up and get dressed and go hang out with your friends or your family. All right? Sprinkle, sprinkle. You say he like him more than he likes you, girl. Exactly. I ain't finna marry somebody that don't like me more than I like him. They need to be begging me. Sprinkle, sprinkle. How do I emotionally detach from him to stop reacting? Get around some other people and stop talking to him. Okay, if he's holding the power, you have none. Get away and stop talking to him. Say, you know what? You're right. I'm just going to go spend the day with my sister, my mom, my cousin, whoever. And don't answer his phone calls and don't text him. Make him think that you're having second thoughts and you're going to win. Okay? And don't say nothing else. Shut up. Just silence is better than all them reacting words. If you don't say nothing and you mind your business and you go busy yourself, he's going to think about what he said and all the money he about to lose. Then he's going to say, well, maybe she's contemplating leaving me or not going through with it either. I mean, you spent all, he spent all the money. He's going to have time to think. If you're always around him, nagging him, he ain't got time to think. All he has time to do is keep telling you that you did wrong. But he needs space and silence for him to think about what he did and how he's going to look stupid and how much money he's wasted, okay? So leave him alone. Go do something with your time. Okay? Stop being a pick-misha. And you like him more than he likes you. I wouldn't be married. All right. I wouldn't be begging nobody. Yeah, go do something else and get your mind back. And start acting like you the prize. All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, then don't get married because this is a man. Okay, you say you're 25. He proposed with ring and pays the bills. He knows I'm the prize, but he still got it. Okay, a man controls you by how he knows you're gonna react. Stay unbothered. Collect his money, get your bills paid, and do what you want to do. He's gonna do that. He's gonna do it. Period. That's how you do. You can do the same thing if you smart and get money. All right. You're getting ready to marry a man and you don't even realize what comes with it. He gonna get worse or he gonna stay exactly like that and it's gonna get worse. So know what you're doing. Go in there for the money. Do you understand what I'm telling you? You're getting all riled up and emotional. Your nerves are bad. You're gonna start breaking out and prematurely aging. Okay? Because you're dealing with a man that all men do this crap. Most of them do. So you know what you're signing up for. If you ain't in there just for the money, you're going to keep reacting like that. You're going to keep reacting like that. I'm going to be unbothered. I don't care. Make sure them bills paid and I don't get. I'm going to do what I want to. Period. Why you ain't bothering me? I ain't going to be bothering you. Why? Because I don't care enough. You care more. You trying to control this person and what they're going to do, and they're controlling you already by making you stressed out, by making you, girl. That's what your marriage is going to be. And he's 25, girl, he's going to be cheating left and right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Marry for money only, because if you're marrying for love, and you're marrying for fidelity, and if you're marrying for this and you're marrying for that, you're not going to find it. He's 25, way too young. If the only reason you're marrying him is for bill money, it better be some extra money. It better be some estate money. It better be some land money, because what you're getting ready to get into, you ain't going to survive it mentally if you're in there for love and fidelity. Okay? If you ain't there only for the money, then I don't know, you should get married. You need to be there only for the money, because that man, he's 25 years old. He doesn't take marriage seriously. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So, hopefully you're just there for the money. Because that's the only reason I'll be married anybody in their 20s. Money purposes only. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. Dusty men are the worst to come across. You swear? Girl, don't nobody want no dust. You're 28. Is it too late to settle down and find some? No, it's not. Actually, it's never too late. Because you can always date older, as you should. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You say when you look back, you want to have gained, not lost. Exactly. Make sure you're getting money, ma'am. You said marriage is a contract before anything. Exactly. Make sure you're getting money. Don't marry for the wrong reason. Don't marry for a person to be perfect. Don't marry a person for their fidelity and their honesty and their truth, because all people lie and no one is perfect. They can try to be. They can apologize when they mess up, because you know they're going to mess up. But if you ain't there just for the money, you're going to be highly disappointed. Okay. Would I marry a provider even if it means being a stepmom? Depend on how old that kid is. How old is the child? Are they going to be someone that I have to care for, or someone that I just have to talk to? Are they going to be like infant, or are they going to be teenager? You know what I mean? Like, which one is it? Are they going to live there full time, or they're just going to be on the weekend? Mm-hmm. Someone says, don't be a babysitter. Yeah, it depends on how active a role a stepmother you have to be, in my opinion. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Mm-hmm. Anyway, time is okay. Why men aren't looking for love? Okay. And most of the time, look, let me tell you, if you want a man to look for love and really be looking for love, you're not supposed to be looking for it. Then they're gonna start thinking about what they can't have, because men always want what they can't have. If you say, I'm not looking for love, that's the first thing they're gonna start looking for. Like, why doesn't she want to fall in love with me? What's wrong with me? Why doesn't she see that? Why doesn't she want to fall for me, or why doesn't she don't want love with me? Am I not worthy? Maybe I should start looking into like what makes a woman fall in love. Then they're gonna be like Googling how to make a woman fall in love, or how, all this kind of stupid crap. You know what I mean? So when you don't want exactly what you're being programmed to seek, people are like, really? And then they want it more than you do. True. But some women literally don't want it anymore. They're done. They're like, just give me the money. And men have never really looked for it in the first place. So they don't really seek it out. And I think that's one of the major problems that these current relationships like are happening, because men aren't programmed to look for love anymore, and women are deprogramming themselves from looking for love now. So nobody's looking for love anymore. They're just looking for money. At least women are. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And that's what the loneliness epidemic is about with men, because women are no longer seeking love, which means they don't need a man, or they don't need to live with one or marry one. They just need to date, because they can date and still get paid. They ain't got to have no commitments. Sprinkle, sprinkle. They can get a little sugar daddy, see him once or twice a week or a month, and still get everything paid. It's harder for men to have any type of relationship that's meaningful with a woman if he's not looking for what it is that she's seeking. So, plus now women can make their own money, and men aren't trained or programmed to look for love anymore. Then it all makes sense why men are more lonely than women, because women always looked for love, but they gave up because men were never looking for it. So like, okay, why should I look for something that you ain't even looking for? Just give me the money. I predict that men are going to have to do a grand gesture towards women in the future just to get her back interested in even having some type of relationship or that involves love or romance, because we already know, like as a whole, that y'all have a bad reputation of not caring and not even liking women. So it's going to take a huge grand gesture for y'all to come back and try to do the most, because most women aren't even believing y'all anymore. Every time you open your mouth, they just blah, 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 lie, 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 lie. So no matter what you do, you can't win unless you start acting right and showing actions. Okay, sure. Do you mean it when you say 21 years old? Should I just ask for money straight up? Girl, if this man is 20 years older than you, yes, you should. He had a 20-year head start financially. Okay. Yes, you should just ask for whatever you want. If you're dating a man that's much older than you, they know at your age, you're not rich. They know at your age, you don't have as much as they do. They know at your age, in order for you to be dating someone their age, that it's going to cost them some money. They can't just go around dating 21-year-olds without spending no money. It doesn't go together. So you tell them what you want. You tell them what you need. You tell them what you're saving up for. If they don't get the hit and the clue, then you come out straight up and ask. If they say no, they got to let you go. But don't let it get past date 3 before you ask, okay? Because you're wasting your time if they can't even do it. You're not supposed to be dating an old man if he ain't paying them bills, ma'am. Sorry. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You're just not. It doesn't go together. And they know it and you know it. Stop being a people pleaser who's scared to lose something you ain't got. Get the money. When you know your value, people recognize it, and they're going to make sure that you are getting what you want. And who cares? Why would you care about losing an old man that didn't want to give you no money anyway, knowing dang well he didn't have 20 years to get the money up before you were even born. All right, get his money. He had 20 years to get his money up. If he haven't gotten his money up by then, he shouldn't be dating nobody. You said you realized that it is more profitable and less stressful to be single but date several men. They give you money and want to solve my problems. I know that's right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yes. Mm-hmm. You said, so what? Thank you for all the constant inspiration, Shira. I appreciate you. Okay, ma'am. Goddess nails, sprinkle, sprinkle. All right then. You're welcome. Yeah, older men know that they gotta pay, baby. There's no secrets behind that. You just need to tell them what you want and how much you need. If they don't want to pay, they don't stay. Next. They already know the deal. If they can't afford you, they gotta lose you. They gotta give up. You see, older men, that date younger women, sometimes they depend on your naivete and your stupidity to prolong asking for anything because you're natural people pleasers and doormats. Okay. But once you realize that this is not going anywhere, they're not going to give you nothing, then you can ask. But by then it's too late because they think you like them for them. So you need to ask straight up and right away in the beginning. You need to start dropping hints and clues on the first phone conversation, on the first texting session. You need to be dropping hints and clues on what you need. You hear me? Because they're not about to take you out to eat a few times and then let you go because they don't have no money. But you just wasted a lot of time and energy thinking you was going to get something because you took too long to ask. Okay? Unless you just want some free food. Okay. You got to look young. You got to look good. If you're trying to get an old man's money, you already look young naturally. So you just got to look good. That's it. Don't look like he paid you, but look like, appropriate, classy, cute. How to react if he says no to giving me the money? It's like, okay, well, if you don't have it, that's fine. I know the economy is bad. And then send the unblock fee and then block them and don't see them no more. All right. It's like, oh, you know what? It's okay. If the economy's bad, I know it's bad out there for everyone. Bruise his ego a little bit. And if he says, well, I'm not giving you money, it's like, that's okay. You don't have to. As if you got 3 of them else lined up. Okay. He finna lose and never see you again. What he gonna do? If he thinks he will never see you again and that you see him as broke, what he gonna do? Either let you go because he is broke, or he's gonna overcompensate by trying to give you some money. And you're not going to react until it's in your hand. You're like, oh, whatever. That's fine. I'll send you a link. You can send me some PayPal, or you can send me Zelle or Venmo. I'll send you a link. Then send him the link on his phone. Don't treat him like he's done anything for you when he hasn't. All right. There's no need for you to be nice. There's no need for you to care about what he thinks. He's dating someone way younger than him. He know he got to come up off some money. Period. If you don't have any money for you, you don't have any time for him. You understand? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Date somebody your own age if you want to date somebody broke. You understand? And don't be afraid. I'd date somebody my own age if I knew you was broke. Shoot, you had 20 years on me to get this money. I would literally tell them to their face, they too old to be playing dumb. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You asked for $3K for the unblock fee. He gave me $300. Should I accept it? Nope. Send him. Does he have enough money to pay that $3K? Because if you asking for too much and he ain't got it, he ain't gonna send it. Send him another one for the balance. Do $3K minus 300, and that'll be the balance. Keep sending it until he pay the balance off. Keep making payments. If that's what you really want. Thank you, Mademoiselle Expressionist. I like it. Thanks for being a new member. Thank you, Ronina, for being a member. Yeah, girl. So men aren't looking for love, so y'all need to stop looking for love from them. You need to start looking for money. And if y'all are lover girls and y'all want to create your own little world and become obsessed with this lover girl world and love, you need to create your own world and bring them into it. But you also need to make sure that they're giving you money. Okay? Because some of y'all lover girls get messed up because y'all don't ask for the money either. You can have both if you create your own world. But they got to like you times 10. Okay? And most of the time, like I told you, they're not going to look like no Prince Charming. I mean, they might look decent, but they ain't going to look like you want them to look. They might look okay. And see, most women, when y'all look to fall in love, y'all aren't even falling in love. Y'all are falling in lust. But y'all think everything is love. Some of y'all. Y'all don't realize there's a difference. Some of y'all don't even love the men you think you love. Because as soon as they start acting up, you want to go crazy. You don't love them. You're infatuated with them, you're obsessed with them, or you're lusting over them. Most of y'all don't love guys either, sadly. You just don't. Because as soon as you see another one, or as soon as they do something that you don't like and you want to control them, and it's mostly about control for women as well. Because y'all don't really love that guy. Y'all just want, especially if you don't make him spend money on you. You don't even love him. You just want to control him. A lot of y'all realize that y'all don't love these men. That's why you don't want them to spend money on you. Because you know that if they spent money on you and you did love them, that you would probably be like, well, you won't have as much control over them. And that's what y'all really want, is that control. It's not about love. Some of y'all don't want a man to spend money on you or do anything for you because you want to remain able to control him. And that ain't about no love, trying to control another person. If you truly love that man or any man, you will get as much money as you can from him and not worry about controlling him and letting him be who he was when you first met him, and stop trying to change him and control him and mold him and build a bear man or whatever you're trying to do. Keep him under control, put him on trackers and all this kind. You wouldn't be trying to do that if you loved him. Because y'all don't be loving these dudes. None of them love y'all either. Y'all are just in a crazy circle of going back and forward, doing the most and getting the least. If you're smart, you're going to get your money. and love yourself. And most likely, you will attract a man that loves himself. Hopefully. And you ain't gonna be trying to control everybody. Because last time I checked, when you leave your parents' house, you ain't trying to control nobody and they ain't trying to control you no more. What is the most expensive thing that you've asked for after finding out a man has cheated? This question is for all the ladies. Okay, messy morning with Holly. Y'all put it in the comments. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Now, most women will ask for something major if that man wants to keep her. Some men will not give you a dime because he don't care if he loses you or not. So, y'all put it in the comments. Just trying to see what to ask for. Mm-hmm. Act innocent. Don't tell them that you're only there for money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Don't tell them. They know why you're there. Let them guess. Ooh, people are telling what they got. Cars. Wow. Wonderful. Well, that dealership is happy. I know that. Sprinkle, sprinkle. See, remember when I was talking about the economy earlier? The economy makes more money when men don't love. See, men are about ownership. Men are about possession. That's why they'll do anything to have their cake and eat it too. You know what I'm saying? That's why they'll take you to the dealership and upgrade your vehicle after they done messed up. Just so they can prove they can keep you. How do you date as an influencer? Any advice? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Girl, I don't date. I was married and I'm recently widowed. But if I did date, people wouldn't know who I was because I date older. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yeah. The people that I would date wouldn't be on social media because they'd be too old. They wouldn't know what it was, or they wouldn't have it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Mm. You said, look at all these comments of women who were cheated on. Proof she was point all men cheating. Girl, just get their money, girl. Mm-hmm. You said date the ones using sundials. If you date a man who still tells time like 15 after 4 or 15 till 6, that's the one. He don't got no social media. If he tell time like that, when you ask for what time it is, if he don't give you the numbers and he says 15 till 20, 15 till 5 o'clock, or 15 minutes till, he owe. So when they tell time like that, that's the one that don't got no social media. Like, what? I'm not trying to do no math. I used to hate it when I asked like older people for the time and they told me that. I'm like, just tell me the numbers. That's older than me. So if you have a man telling you time like that, that's the one. He ain't on social media. A quarter to noon. I don't know what that is, but you know what? Give me some money. I know what it is, but I don't want to have to figure it out. Like, well, dang, what? Give me the numbers. I mean, as an influencer, how do I navigate being mysterious since I'm public? Date older people, like I'm telling you. Don't tell them what you got. Date older people. People have no idea who I am. If they old, they don't know who I am. They don't know what I got. You got to date older. And don't tell people what you got. Pretty much it. Stay a mystery. Don't tell people nothing. And date older. Or date people you know ain't going to be on your algorithm. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. Mhm. You said, "Are you ashamed what you date?" I don't date, but if I did, I would never be ashamed. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. What makes Wait, make sure he's not on social media. Give him a fake name. That's right. That's right. All right. Mhm. You said even the old ones cheat. Okay, we're not with them for a day. We're with them for their money. Young ones, old ones, blind ones, deaf ones, they all cheat. Just get their money, girl. All right. Who cares about loyalty? I want the money. Exactly. Nobody cares about loyalty anymore. You know why? Because they know it don't exist. So why should we care about something that no longer exists? That's a waste of time and energy. Men, we all know men aren't loyal. All of us know. All of us know this. Stop pretending that they are. You know why? Because y'all are wasting time. All right. You said you don't cheat, but if you had the opportunity to, you would. All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said, are women loyal? They should be loyal to themselves, for sure. Mm, be loyal to yourselves and get this money. Yeah. Women are loyal to men who deserve their loyalty. Most men don't, so that's why a lot of women aren't loyal because the men will mess up most likely first. The men will do things that shows that they don't appreciate what they got, and the woman will usually say, "Okay, well, if this is how it is, then I guess that's how it's going to be." So women don't really start off trying to cheat in the beginning. The men drive them to it literally. Because if you read my comments on most of my videos, you'll see women are still asking for permission to cheat. That means there are more women out here that will not cheat than there are men. Men just feel like, okay, well, I live in a patriarchal society. I can cheat and I'll get away with it if not, da da da. Da. You know, most women still want to be faithful, but there's nothing to be faithful to. You see what I'm saying? And so some of them don't even realize they're asking permission. You should just do what you want. You say you can pretend to be loyal. Exactly. Hmm. Yeah. Women take marriage more seriously than men, so that's why men cheat more, even in relationships when they're not married. Women take relationships more seriously than men do. That's why y'all have to beg them for titles of a relationship. Y'all have to beg them to commit. Y'all gotta beg them for all the crap that they naturally don't even want. So when y'all are trying to be in relationships with these men and then expect them to be faithful to you, and they didn't even want to be in the relationship to begin with, you also got to take that into consideration. Okay. So men aren't looking for love. Y'all are, they ain't. And the faster y'all realize this, the faster you can stop overreacting on stupid, dumb stuff and just get their money. You said women treat marriage as a social status. Yeah, be married to a whole bum. What? That's not a social status if you don't marry up. If you don't marry up, that is not a social status. If you don't marry up, that ain't no social status, ma'am. Because anybody will marry a 50-50 chick that be paying half their bills of the house that they would already be paying bills in so they could stack their money for the next chick. Anybody will marry a roommate type situation or a Barbara the Builder as long as they can save their money and get their dream car and date their woman and have a mistress while Pick Me continues to clock in for them. Anybody can do that as a man. As they do every day. Some of y'all are in that relationship right now. So marriage is not a status symbol. Marrying up is a status symbol. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You got a provider and he flew out to see you and brought your friends with me to the resort. He gives me grapist vibes and don't respect boundaries. And I tell him no, he gets upset. Okay, time to block and disappear. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Time to block and disappear. Next. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, NC. Why? Thank you, ma'am. Mm-hmm. Most of them aren't even loyal to themselves enough to change their underwear every day. Ooh, that's nasty. Yeah. Most men are nasty and don't wash their hand after they come out the bathroom, nor do they shower every day. Ooh, that's gross. Yes, my daughter told me that, and I do have to agree. She's like, you know what? 80% of men don't wash their hands after the bathroom. 80%. Probably more than that. So when you ill and then ill. And they don't be wiping right either. And they still don't wash their hands. And you know they gotta touch themselves when they use the bathroom and they still don't wash their hands. They got to touch themselves, wipe their butts, and still think it's a good idea not to wash them hands. Fingernails be all dirty. Just nasty. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You say you don't shake hands? I wouldn't either, girl. Elbow bump. You know them hands dirty. You said male slander. Male truth. That's truth. That's the truth. You don't believe it? Go watch men. Watch men, you know. See if they wash them. Listen for the water soap. Why do men act like they don't want to pay for your friends when y'all are out, but expect you to make plates for their friends if they're at your girl? Ain't nobody coming to my house and I'm not cooking. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Honestly, they expect you to be a stupid person and they expect you to be dumb and stupid. That's why. Okay. If you go out and they don't pay for your friends, then get another man to pay for them. If they friends come over and they ask you to make them a plate, excuse yourself to the bathroom and tell them they know where the kitchen is. All right. I'm not making no man no plate. Are you joking? Unless there's something in it that I don't want nobody else to see. All right. Some spaghetti. You gonna serve him some spaghetti? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Cook spaghetti every time they come over and say they want to eat. All right, wonderful. Yeah, cooking for his friends is weird. I ain't doing that. He can cook for them or order some food. See, that's the problem with y'all women. Some of y'all be over there trying to feed people and fix plates and stuff. That's why they don't. That's why they take y'all for granted. Y'all, you know, because y'all over there acting like waitresses and not getting no tips. I'm like, you know where the kitchen is. You ain't nothing wrong with your legs. Oh, fix the plate. Okay, and you'll be waiting because ain't nothing gonna get fixed. Oh, I had to go to the restroom. I'm so sorry. You're gonna be waiting and wait. Ain't nothing coming. You gonna get up and fix it himself. No. And the funny thing is, they'll try to tell you to fix their plate in front of other people and won't do it when you are alone. They try to like look like they're the man or something. Shut them right down again. It's like, oh, you know what? You can make your own. So I don't know what you want on it. Bye. Exactly. Or put all the stuff you don't like on it. Give it to him. Watch his face. Oh, you want a plate, do you? Okay. Let's see. All the stuff you don't like. Piled extra high. Here you go. And look at him in the eye. So your dad had you making plates, his plates? Girl, I would have dropped it. Miss said put some hot sauce on it, make it super spicy. Or no salt. Or too salty. Oh, I'm gonna season it up for you. Last time you gonna ask me to make it your plate. If a man calls me pretty in public, am I supposed to compliment him? No, I'm supposed to say thank you, fool. Say thank you. Why do you want to compliment him? He's complimenting you. Just thank him. Say thank you, and keep it moving. Unless he look like he got some money. Started talking to an older feller. He said that he's looking for a long-term relationship and asked if I know that he's older. I said yes to. I said yes, and no more replies. Should I message this time? No. Girl, he probably forgot, girl. He old. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That means, okay, if an old man says that he's looking for a long-term relationship, that means he don't got no money for you, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right? Because when they start talking about relationships straight off the bat and long-term, it means they're looking for a girlfriend, not a sugar baby, which means you don't get no money. Do you understand? Learn to read between the lines. Whenever they say long-term girlfriend, that means no money to spend. You understand? And yet, stop. Did you meet this old man online? No. So stop meeting him online. I'm telling you. You got to go out into the rich part of town in the real world. And if a man already has money because he's on the rich side of town, he's dilly dallying around, and he approaches you and he walks up to you, he actually probably does have money. And he's probably didn't wake up thinking, I'm looking for a long term girlfriend, but he was probably taken away by your beauty and decided to cross the room and risk it all and ask you, what your name was and your phone number and stuff like that because he had real intentions. He's not online DMing everybody about how he's looking for a long term girlfriend to 28, 29, 30 different women. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to go out into the real world and get offline and stop dealing with these dudes online who telling that to everybody and their mama. Okay? Stop dating online. Right? Don't date online. It's a waste of time. Unless you're just trying to get their pockets right now and ditch them, girl. I don't know. Okay. Does this apply to younger men also? Yes. Who online is looking for a girlfriend online? Think about this. What man is online looking for their girlfriend who has put themselves out there for millions of men to DM? Who she's probably gone out with so many of these online dudes and sent them all these dumb pictures. And who wants a girlfriend that's been doing all of that? And who wants a boyfriend that's doing all of that? Go outside, meet guys in real life. Stop scrounging through the leftovers online. Okay. Nobody wants that. Nobody. All right. You're way too nice and empathetic. How do I use a man when I feel so bad? You just go sit in the corner and you feel and you think about how to profit off of men that are definitely approaching you to get something in return. And you just shut up and stop being like that. You know why? Because it's not getting you nowhere. All right. This will get you somewhere. That's not getting you nowhere. Do you understand? Go sit there and cry out all your feelings and emotions and start treating your emotions like money. All right. If they ain't earned them, you don't spend them. You understand? A man is a provider. They're supposed to provide. Okay. They got one job on this planet Earth. They can't do it. What they there for? My goodness. Would I ever run for president? Girl. Dusty would be outlawed. It would be a crime to be dusty, girl. You'd have to show a card and your bank salary to even date. Your salary and your bank statement to even get a date. It's gonna be on your card. You're like, oh, let me see your status. Can you afford to date or not? Nope, gotta go. They wouldn't like me if I was the president. Because I'll get this place in order. Uh-huh. No dust. Dust free America. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said make America dust free? Oh my goodness. You silly. Yeah, I would implement them to teach men how to be providers in school. You can't graduate. You can't graduate college unless you have a career that fully provides for a family. Like we're getting rid of all the dust. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You can't even get married unless you make a certain amount of money as a man. All right. Marriage then will be a status symbol for real. Take away the podcast, Mike. Girl. They will be too busy trying to find a job real quick before Dusty this is outlawed. If your husband attempts to ask you for 50-50, you can report him to the authorities. Yes. Okay. Make it mandatory to fix those hairlines before they talk. What? About women wear wigs. Girl, half of them be bald and up under whatever they got glued onto their head or under that hat. It's hilarious how many men talk about women. Most of them look terrible. Most of them look like pregnant dolphins, you know? Most of them men that be talking trash about men, I mean, talking trash about women look terrible. It's sad. Like, why are you talking, sir? Have you looked in the mirror? Look at you. Uh, they bra bigger than mine. Shoot. You said you're right. Exactly, girl. That's why you don't take anything they say seriously, because literally, what? Hello. Unfortunately, you learned your lesson the hard way. Why should I have listened? You should have listened to me the first time. You got with a dusty boyfriend for 6 years. Did he waste my youth? Yes, he did. You're 29 years old, and I still got provider. Well, that's right. At least you listened to me after the fact and got you a provider. But 6 years with a dusty girl, you had a 6 year long lesson of what not to do. No dust, baby. They'll never get you anywhere but backwards. And if you look good, hopefully you can find a provider after you come to your senses. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Anyway, nope, nope, nope. No more time wasting with the dust, baby. The dust never comes through. The dust when I change. Move on, man. You said, don't think you can. No, you can't. Exactly. So, why men are not looking for love? They don't have to. Y'all looking for it for them enough. They weren't trained to look for it either. They're trained to do one thing, see what they can get from you for free. Okay. And women, y'all need to reprogram yourselves to only date providers. Okay. Anything less is uncivilized. If you're a woman and you date anything less than a provider, that's your fault because you know better. If you meet a man and he straight up tells you, I can't provide for you, and you still say, okay, I don't care, don't be complaining. Don't be complaining. If you meet a man and all you want is marriage or a title as a girlfriend, and he treats you all kind of ways and he don't pay for nothing and he don't give you any money, don't be mad. That's what you asked for. Okay. Y'all got to start holding yourselves accountable too, because men don't have to look for love anymore because y'all are really like giving it out freely without expecting it in return. That's another thing. Men don't have to fall in love or be in love because y'all will take them regardless. Y'all will take them still. Even if they never tell you they love you, you'll still hang on into a relationship. Even if they tell you they don't believe in marriage or you're not good enough to marry, you'll still hang along with them because they don't need to love y'all. Y'all don't even love yourselves. Some of y'all. Some of y'all do, and y'all won't put up with it. But some of y'all, men don't have to fall in love or love you because it's unnecessary because you don't even expect them to. You don't even care if they do or not. Because y'all will still take them and go 50 with them and forgive them for cheating and don't give them no reentry fee or no unblock fee. Y'all will still take them no matter what they do because you have been programmed to fall in love, seek love, and not even expect them to love you back. Now, that's terrible. If your fiance doesn't want to add me on to the property title, but wants me to combine finances, what to do? I said mine is mine and yours is yours. Have separate everything. And put it into trust and have somebody else be the beneficiary. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Y'all know how to do it. Look it up. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Protect your stuff, girl, because he's trying to get you. All right. He bought the place before he met you, but that's our family home. What? Okay, so the paperwork, the deed, something happens to him. If you're not on the deed, if you're not the beneficiary on the insurance, it's still going to have to go through probate if he die. You know what I'm saying? If you get a divorce and he had the house before he met you, if you don't live in a community property state, you ain't getting none of that. So you better figure it out. You better know your rights. You better know the law. Don't combine no money with that man. Keep your money separate. Okay? Keep your money separate. Put it in a trust and put somebody else's name on it as a beneficiary. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. It don't cost that much to go get a trust. Go see your lawyer and pay the little fee to get you a little trust, little will, whatever it is, not much. And go put that all that stuff up in a trust away from him. Okay? If he's smart, you can be smarter. You said men are targeting ladies now, or women now. Ladies, be careful. Exactly. You got money, go put it in a trust. And don't let them get it. Wonderful. It don't cost that much to go get a trust. They'll give you all of the above. They'll give you a bunch of paperwork. You sign it. You start your trust bank account. You put all your stuff in the trust. Don't name him on none of the stuff. Tell him he can't get. Say, make sure this food don't get none of this. They can't touch it. All right, sprinkle, sprinkle. Just go do your research, baby. You said yours tried that with you. You broke up with him. I don't want to start a marriage off that. Good for you, girl. You know he was trying to get you. You said you don't want a dusty, but a better a man is, the more narcissistic he is. I can't handle it. Okay, let me tell you something about a better man. The only time a man can be narcissistic towards you is if you are a victim. All right? If you are the type of woman that don't stand for that, he can't be that with you. Do you understand? If you are the main character of your life, he can't be a narcissist with you because it won't work. Okay? If you want to date a broke man because he's going to do what you say because he needs your half of the rent, that's control. That ain't even love. That's leverage. So if a man really likes you, and he likes you times 10, and you're afraid he's going to be narcissistic, well, you need to learn the same tricks and be narcissistic right back. It's tit for tat. You understand? You got to be on the same level mentally. Okay? And if that man likes you times 10, he ain't going to be narcissistic towards you because he's going to fear losing you. So I was never, worried about somebody being narcissistic with me because it's not going to work out. It's not going to work out for them because I don't care enough. All right? Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said reinforce your mind. Exactly, girl. Like, you like me more, so whatever. Mm-hmm. You said your provider is taking a trip, but you don't know if I should go because nothing assures me he's going to propose. Stop looking for proposals, y'all. That's dumb. Look for money. Okay. What are you talking about? Here comes some dusty statistics. Blah, 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 blah. In America, blah, 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 blah. Wealthy men, about 6 years, many percent of the men are wealthy. The first reset. Girl, sir, go take your dusty hotep conspiracy theory self back to where you came from and just go get a job. Okay? Just go get a higher paying job. Okay. All that energy you spend researching the reset. They've been studying that dusty crap since I first got on YouTube. Ain't nothing happened. All right. And that's been over a decade and some change. You still waiting on that, sir? Go. You could have been had money by now. You could have been had some money. You could have had a career. You could have had a house by now. You could have had probably a woman that respects you by now, but you still sitting over there waiting on that dumb crap. Why do you think they created that line? To keep you where you are. You might as well say that you're waiting on a settlement that ain't coming. If you don't take your dusty hotel butt to the employment office and get you a higher paying salary and stop worrying about all that crap, you gonna need some money, okay? You know, I would tell a bunch of dusty people, there's gonna be a reset. There's gonna be a spread of wealth. It's gonna be equal. There is. It's called the internet. You know what? This is the reset. Anybody can get online. They can get AI. They can get a camera. They can get a TikTok account, and they can get this money. There are only fangirls making more than NBA players or NFL players. There go to reset. Now go get you some money and stop waiting on something stupid to happen that ain't gonna happen. Okay? This is why I'm telling y'all, these men IQ are super low. That's why women don't want to deal with them. No, it's stupid. Something wrong with their mind. They didn't get it all. Okay? They're behind mentally. This is why some women won't even deal with men anymore. It's like you're talking to somebody that needs help and won't seek it. So, please no more dusty hotep comments, baby. Just go get some money. All right. Like I said, they will do anything but go get some money, won't they? You say you be so annoyed with men. Girl. It's a hot mess out there. You said sometimes things go bad with rich men too. Things go bad sometimes with every situation. Are you prepared? You got your money stacked? Do you know Taekwondo? Do you know self-defense? Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So stuff can go bad with a dusty. You still need to learn how to defend yourself. All right. You said today's men you speak of are mostly DL, and so chances of a woman getting money from them are what? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we could clock them though a mile away. We don't even bother with them. Or at least I can clock them. Or I clock DLs straight up. Because I grew up in an era where like there were manly men, and then we saw the evolution of the DL men, so we can clock them easier. Like if you want somebody to tell you if a man is DL or not, get you an older woman. Get you an older woman or an older guy. They will be able to clock them like this because we watch them evolve. You know what they are today. Because like back then they used to stay hid. You couldn't tell. They would have no telltale signs. They would be extra this or extra that. Now some of them are still like that. They're super masculine. And they try to do the most and overcompensate. That's how you can tell they're on the DL. Now there's some other ones that you can, some of the stuff sneaking through, and you can tell they're on the DL. The men who are overly masculine, overly compensating for their manhood and masculinity, the ones that are super promiscuous, them on the DL for sure. All right. Now, the ones that are trying to not give themselves away, but they have a little bit of too many male friends, they hang out with men too much, they don't spend as much time with you. They're either battling their sexuality or they on a deal. Okay. But them overcompensating dudes, that's the one. And they doing too much, that's them. They keep saying I'm a man. If they keep, trying to overly compensate for their masculinity, if they've been super promiscuous in their past or continue to be super promiscuous, it's to prove to themselves every day mentally that they like women. You see, they fighting demons. That's right. Or whatever y'all call it. They just need to come on out the closet because nobody care no more. Just come on out and be who you are. All right. Get your flag and wave it. Okay, we don't care. Just nobody cares. You said performative masculinity. What do I think about clothes from Fashion Nova? I think they're perfect for any woman that lives in Miami or work at the club, girl, whatever. I think they're mostly club clothes. I don't think they're appropriate for everyone. You know what I mean? Because like you can shop lots of different places, and I feel like sometimes certain stores are for certain people in certain areas. You know what I mean? Like people from Miami would not wear certain brands that someone in, like, let's say Connecticut would wear. You're not gonna find nobody wearing a striped shirt dress with a little sweater tied around her arms at no club or at no place in Miami. You're just not gonna find it. I think it's very Miami. I think it's very Florida. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Unless you find some nice classy pieces on there that don't show every nook and cranny of your body. I mean, I'm sure you can find cute stuff on there that doesn't look like, sprinkles. You say you from Florida and you hate it? Girl, I'm sorry. Don't hate where you from, girl. Just do what you gotta do. You said BBL won't fit in classy dresses. Well, that's I guess not, unless you get it tailor made. Look, I don't have nothing against them, but like I'm saying, if Miami men like Fashion Nova and BBLs, then more power to them. Not everybody likes that though. I said, depending on where you from, stuff gonna be different. Okay, different regions, different fashions. That's it. If that's what works in that region, that's what works in that region. Not gonna work in every region, just that one. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Uh-huh. Like I said, if you live in a certain area where BBLs and body cons is where it's at, and you got a BBL and you like body cons, maybe you should move there. You know? Maybe you missing your call, and I don't know. Maybe there's somebody out there with some money for you. You never know. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Look, go where you're celebrated. That's all I always tell, no matter what you look like, no matter what you wear, no matter what you look like, no matter what your hair looking like, no matter what you got on, just go where you're celebrated and they're giving out money. All right? Because the world is too big. Get in where you fit in, okay? Just get in where you fit in. Somebody gonna like you somewhere. Just go get in there. Hopefully they got some money. Just get in where you fit in and get the money. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Because if I was from there, I might be doing the same thing. Oh, I don't know, but I'm not from there. Or if that's where y'all, gonna pick up your money at, go ahead and pick it up, man. How do I get so busy, forget about him, and detach? You go find a hobby. You go to the spa. You go visit your sister, your mom, your cousin. You go shopping. That's what you go to. You busy yourself. You spend some money. Spend his money. Or you go to the movies, or you go to eat, or you go hang out by yourself, or you get some friends, or you go do a hobby or something, okay? If you're this much of a worrier and pick Misha, your marriage is gonna suck. All right? Because you have no power. You have no willpower and you have no confidence, you have no self-esteem, you don't have no self-worth if you worried about some man that much. Okay, you need to go ahead and let him spend some time alone and figure out what he did wrong. Because now you're stressed out. And that don't go together. I'm not even worried. Go find some, go to the spa. And stop telling him where you are. All right. I'll see y'all later. You know what? I don't know how old you are, but you might be too young to get married. That's what it sounds like. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said, why do men get mad when you tell them no, even masculine ones? No, because, okay, if you tell a man no and they get mad, it's because you said no in the wrong way. Now, no should mean no, and they should just accept it, of course, but most of them don't because they're stupid. So you just have to tell them, we'll see. Maybe. I'll think about it. Start to lead with that because most people don't understand the word no. Basically, it means no and get out of my way. I'll think about it. Give me some time to think about that. It's not a rejection, it's a maybe. And most people are able to accept maybe, then no. They'll stop trying to pressure you if you just tell them you're thinking about it. Then really mean no and act like you meant no. Once you get to a place or an area where your no is going to hold, like over the phone. Say, well, I thought about it and I'm just not going to be able to do it. Bye. That's it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I'll see y'all later. Bye.